I'm just looking at this and I'm like, he's gonna get a supermax for this.
And Penn, you know what I'm gonna say?
What are you gonna say?
If that boy make third team All NBA, second, first, whatever, I don't care. If he make an All NBA team, I don't care what it is. They can come up with a fourth team. If he make that, and Trae Young don't at least make that team, I'm losing my. All right,
no way
I'm
Cade
going
make an
ballistic.
All-NBA this
No,
year,
I'm going
no
ballistic
way.
because I'm gonna tell you why. The little success that they having, team wise, Trae did that. The numbers he putting up, Trae did that. 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons going on the 5th season of him doing exactly what Cade did, but giving you more assists and giving you more points. 29-9, 25-9, 28-9, and then all of a sudden they give him a little measly third team at 28-9. If anybody else did that, first team, second team, MVP talks, but Trey Young do it. Oh, well, I don't know. Next year, give you 26-10. No All-NBA team. The next year, give you 25-11. No All-NBA team. Reserve All-Star. I'm telling you right now, if Cade Cunningham sniffs an All-Star team and Trey Young don't get on there, if Trey Young or if Cade Cunningham gets on an All-NBA team and Trey Young don't make it, I'm going ballistic. I'm looking up all the votes, who voted on Cade and who didn't vote on Trey, and I'm calling out you measly punks one by one because this don't make no sense. It just doesn't.
Ron,
It doesn't.
It's just easier. It's just easier to, if you think about it, if you think about the All-Star team, if you think about the guards in the league, who is it easiest to leave off? It's easier to leave off Trey Young, not because he ain't been balling, but because he's been left off in the past. It's just been easier to leave him off. Which is super funny. I'm not
keep being wrong.
I'm 100%. I'm not going to argue that, but it's just been easier to leave him off. It's been easier to leave him off the All-Pro team. It's been easier to leave him off because what he does, like for example, Cade doing what Cade doing. I think he's second or third. I know he's in the top 5 in the league in assists. That's not what's been going on.
Turnovers.
Yeah, and because you handle the ball a lot, you're gonna have more turnovers because you handle the ball a lot. That's just part of the game.
He got stripped by a rookie twice.
So he also got ripped by him. He also got ripped by Ben Thompson too. So I mean, and players get ripped all the time.
Punched him by Jalen Green. Yeah.
By the way,
eight turnovers against Grady Dick and RJ Barrett as your primary assignment. My God.
The point that I'm making with Cade is that Cade, I think, in year 4 now. We're in year 4. This is new territory for him. So because it's new territory for him, there's not a standard for Cade. There's been a standard for Trae Young. Trae Young has been
28-9. That's Trae Young standard. 28-9.
So and the fact that that's his standard, and the fact that he's doing this, somebody who comes along and does something similar, who hasn't done nearly as much as him, it's just easier to leave Trae Young off the roster, which I think it's a slight to him, and I think it's a discredit to him for what he's doing. But a guy like Cade, who's been playing the way he has been playing and hasn't been playing like this in the past, would probably get an edge off the strength that he hasn't been doing this in the past.
To your point, Shell, let me read off something for you real quick. These are the leaders in the NBA in potential assists per game, and believe me, there's one guy who's leading it by a mile. Who do you think that player is?
Trae.
Yes, 21.1 potential assists per game. Okay, Jokic is number 2, LeBron number 3, Cade number 4, Chris Paul number 5, Tyrese Halliburton number 6, Melo Ball number 7, Damian Lillard number 8, James Harden number 9, John Morant number 10, Scotty Barnes number 11, Luka Doncic number 12. Those are the leaders in potential assists. But some of these guys, they don't have some great finishing talent around them, so you're not seeing it. I'm telling you, Trae Young is doing some heavy lifting for that Atlanta Hawks team. He is making everybody better. But I'm going to say one more thing. I don't think all assists are created equal. There are certain guys who, I think Ox has talked about, people being like, they're throwing grenades. There's some guys who just dribble. And then 2 seconds left on the clock, they just throw it to a shooter. And oh, by the way, if you're playing against a bad defense, it's an open shot. And then boom, you get an assist, right? But the quality of the assist,
is that by design, no pin?
That's how these dudes play. That's how these dudes play AAU, man.
Down.
I mean, if you dribble and you don't have enough wiggle, you're gonna get shut down. And then you're looking at okay. I got 2 seconds. I'm not gonna get this shot off. Let me just throw it to Tim Hardaway Jr. Let me just throw it to this dude in the corner, and then let me just But that's not the quality of system I'm talking about. When I look at passers, when I look at the Jokic's and the truly special passers, I'm gonna say, like, I know we did this passing list here, and I lost my mind watching what y'all did to Scotty Barnes on that list. But Trae Young, Nikola Jokic, Chris Paul, Tyrese Halliburton, James Harden. Those are like Luka. Those are like the special passers. I mean, Luka, not so much. I mean, I think those other guys are in a different tier, to be honest. I'm not trying to hate on Luka. I'm just saying those guys are probably in a different tier. Those guys, the quality of shots that you get off of their assists is totally different than these dudes who do the assist farming stuff. There are some very, very special playmakers throughout NBA history. And then there are some assist farmers. I'm gonna say they're growing assists. Like, you grow corn, you grow crops. Right. These guys grow assists. It's the system of the offense. They're just getting assists because they handle the ball a lot, they dribble the ball a lot, they pass the ball a lot, and boom, they have good finishers around them, right? But then there's certain guys, they're just creating looks for guys. It's almost like I'm like gonna be 10 to 12% more efficient playing with Trae Young than I'm gonna be playing with a lesser playmaker. He's that different.
I hate to step in and interrupt this intense yap session that you're currently watching, but I just have to inform you on all the amazing, spectacular, fabulous, endless ways to play and win over at PrizePicks. Basketball fans, I know the season is just tipping off. Yes, I know this. But you know what that means? It means that you have an opportunity to pick your favorite players and their matchups that are the most thrilling, and you can win money from these. With PrizePicks, you can play daily NBA contests and test your hoop knowledge by choosing the player projections in every single stat line imaginable to make your prize picks and take home some nice hard-earned cash. Are you a rookie in the game? Don't even sweat it. I got the playbook for you right here. All you have to do is download PrizePicks, use promo code PANEL, and you will get $50 instantly when you play 5 here with PrizePicks. So what are you waiting for? Download PrizePicks, use promo code PANEL, and join me as we break down all of our amazing daily picks right here on the panel. PrizePicks, run your game, control your game, win your game. It's easy, baby. It's easy.
He's that good. Trae Young's passing is like on some next level God tier shit. Like y'all should have invented a new tier for him as a passer. So he definitely deserves all NBA over a lot of these dudes for sure.
We finally agree on something today, Penn.
Finally,
Penn. What I'm going to ask you is okay. I can appreciate your logic where he's going to get rid of the ball late, but that might be of the what does he average, like 9 assists or something like that? That might be 1 or 2 assists. I think that his impact in terms of getting the ball to guys, getting downhill, getting the ball to guys like Hardaway, getting guys good shots, and the quality of shots.
Downhill?
I like to think it's a lot better. Yes.
Yeah, he may be very high in drives per game. How does he finish on those drives? He's a below the rim finisher, and he does not finish well.
We got plenty of below the rim finishes in the NBA that are good, but
he's
a guy like Cade Cunningham, he's one of the main reasons why they are where they are in the East. I mean, they're a game and a half out the 4th spot. That's what this is the same Detroit Pistons team that lost 28 straight games last year. He's gotten much better this season than he did last year. 1, he's healthy. 2, I think he's a lot smarter.
His team is better.
Well,
Tobias
with
Harris
his team being better.
Like, I mean, look, there has to be some sort of examination for how bad is bad.
Tobias Harris, what?
Tobias Harris, all right. He's a good NBA player. He's not a bad NBA player. He's a career starter on winning teams.
About Tobias Harris, but he's been playing a lot better. But I'm not going to discount that just because Trae Young, who's one of the best passers in the game, is that great. But Cade Cunningham, who's leading the league, or not leading the league, he's higher in turnovers, that his impact isn't as good as these guys. One of the main reasons why they are where they are is because his distribution. One of the main reasons why they are where they are is because his ability to play make, his ability to find Tobias Harris.
They are where they are because their defense. Their defense is incredible. Like, I mean, their defense is in the middle of the pack.
I can tell you where it's not, because I 100% overrated Jalen Duren this season. I 100% overrated him. He's not as good as I thought he was. I definitely
5%
overrated
block
Jalen
percentage.
Green.
All right.
Even
I mean,
and
Isaiah
that's
Stewart.
definitely
Isaiah
loaded.
Stewart's been great. Have you looked at
He's a
Isaiah
dirty work
Stewart's?
guy, and they've got a bunch of dirty work guys. That part I won't argue, but what I will argue is that their offense has been much better than it was last year. That's largely due to Cade Cunningham ability to play, make, and pass, and find the right guys. He's gotten a lot smarter this season than he was last year. His efficiency,
What I'm trying to say is, if you
has
find
been much better this season. What I can't do, really quickly, Penn, what I can't do is I can't compare him to Trae Young, who over the years has been doing this. But Trae Young, over the years, this is who he is. I don't know if this is Cade Cunningham. This is the first time I've seen Cade Cunningham get busy like this in a season. Can I see him do it multiple times? I got to see that over the course of time. But what I'm seeing right now, one of the main reasons why the Detroit Pistons are better is because of him.
For sure, he handles the ball like all the time. He's like 30% usage. Of course, he's going to be a big part of why they're good or why they're bad. But I didn't see Cade get any of the blame when they were bad last year. I don't see his defense being talked about. I don't see his finishing being talked about. I don't see his turnovers being talked about nearly enough because people love him. You know, when you love players, you talk about the good stuff. When you don't like players, you talk about the bad stuff. When you don't like Zion Williamson, you talk about the fact that he's out of shape. If you love Zion Williamson, you talk about him being one of the top 5 talents in the league. You love Ben Simmons, you talk about the playmaking and the defense. You don't love him, you talk about the drama and you talk about the back. That's what I'm talking about. It's like we have a real bias. And the problem is, chill, hang on one second. The problem I have with basketball discussion today is that not a lot of people watching the games, fully watching the games. They're consuming basketball in TikTok. Okay, they're consuming basketball in 1-minute highlight reels. So if you didn't watch the game and you just parlay watching, Cade cooked against Toronto. If you actually watch the game, he was like the 4th or 5th best player for the Pistons. I'm not even capping when I say that. And I'm not even gassing up Scotty. Like, Scotty played some great offensive games. Scotty was not good offensively against the Pistons at all. I think Emmanuel Quigley was terrible. I think largely they were in that game largely because of Chris Boucher again. Chris Boucher and Jamal Shed once again cooking off the bench. The entire bench cooked. What I'm saying, though, is Cade gets a lot of credit when things are going well, and he gets none of the blame when things are going bad. And I don't feel like there's some guys that the media doesn't like as much, like Trae Young. Trae Young gets all the blame when things are going bad. All of it. People love to hate on that dude. They love to hate on that dude. But when things are going good, I guess the defense is picking up for Trae. I guess the finishers are picking up. How many years do I got to watch this dude create some of the most open shots I've ever seen in my life, dissect defenses like a surgery, and have people put him in Cade Cunningham conversations?
Penn, it doesn't matter. Insulting. He shoots logo threes. It doesn't matter.
But isn't that the point, though, Penn, when we talk about Cade Cunningham? Because this is the first time we've seen him at this level. We haven't seen him at this level last year. We didn't see him at this level. The year before.
20 and 19 is a level?
20 and 19.
Trae Young went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Can he get to the playoffs?
And this Detroit Pistons team lost almost 30 straight games last year. They're a playoff team this year.
And how many of those games did he play, Cho?
The Pistons were 3-36 at this point last season.
Hang on.
They were garbage last season. The year before that, he didn't play.
Let me tell you something. Last year, when I was looking at the Pistons record after about 70 games, y'all realized they actually had a better win-loss record without Cade than with Cade? Cade was a part of those losses. I don't want to hear jack shit about injuries. All year when he was injured in his rookie season, look, I've always had issues with Cade. I'm not even capping about it. It's true. I've always had an issue with how he's covered. I like the player. If you cover him fairly, I like him. But my issue has always been don't push too far. Don't get stupid with the basketball takes. You like Jaylen Brown? Cool. You start putting him in Michael Jordan and James Harden talks, we got a problem. You like James Harden? Cool. You tell me he's better than LeBron James? I'm going to turn into a James Harden hater. So you like Cade Cunningham? Awesome. You want to compare him to sub All-Stars, 4 or 5-time All-Stars? You want to talk about him like, we talk about some of those guys? Cool. You put him in Brandon Roy conversations, you put him in Luka conversations, we're going to have a problem because that is not factual. Nothing he's done in his whole life has ever told me that he has that level of upside. He ain't that great a defender, but people gloss over it because he gets a couple steals and a couple blocks every now and again. He is a below the rim finisher. He struggles to gauge separation. He is very turnover prone. I don't give a shit about the assists. I will admit.
I don't understand what is your infatuation with the below the rim score. You don't have to be a high flyer dunking on people.
My issue is his.
Well, he's just a bad finisher. He's just a bad finisher.
Horrible. He's not efficient, and that's the most efficient place in the league. Look, Ox, what we talk about when we had that entire regression talk about KD Steph, etc. What do we talk about? We talk about them failing to go to the most efficient zones that they used to dominate when they were younger, right? I'm not saying like they were the craziest finishers, but when you look at players as they age, it tends to be the number one decline you see is right around the rim. They stop attacking as much. They stop gaining as much separation. It's the same thing that happened with Jordan. It's the same thing that happened with LeBron. All these players. So when you're looking at Cade Cunningham, you're talking about potentially, if he makes All NBA, you're talking about an All NBA Supermax. You're talking about $270 million for that. And what I'm trying to tell you is this dude is in his athletic prime at 21, 22, 23, and he cannot finish at the rim. He doesn't get there. He gets there because he drives a lot, but it's not successful drives. Okay. For years, I've heard it's because he doesn't have teammates. When he was a turnover machine, hang on, Joe. When he was a turnover machine in college, I heard he doesn't have good teammates. He chose that college, no mention. When in first year the Pistons sucked. Yo, what is the expectation when you draft the next Luka Doncic and you have 2 years in a row in his second and third year and you're the worst team in the league? All I heard was Cade's injured. Wait till Cade has help. Cade has no help. Now Cade has help. Cade's a freaking all-star. What?
He got help.
He got help. Can we be realistic though? Can we be realistic?
Malik Beasley been nice for them this year. I ain't gonna lie.
Malik
awesome. All right.
Jalen Duren been awesome. Isaiah Stewart's been awesome. Jaden Ivey's been awesome.
Come on, though.
What are we doing?
Jaden Ivey broke his leg.
Fontecchio's been awesome.
Can we be realistic?
Asar's been awesome.
Can we please take Luka and just Trae out of this conversation? And
I'm not respecting none of this.
Can we take all talks of who people said that Cade was supposed to be? Can we just talk realistically? Because look, this is what I want to do. Because we were seeing eye to eye with the whole Trey Young thing, but just because I'm not comparing him to Trey doesn't mean that I'm going to undervalue him and all of a sudden act like Cade isn't going crazy this year. I'm not going to act like Cade hasn't been playing like a top 10 point guard this year. I'm not going to act like we have not seen a jump from not only the Pistons, but Cade Cunningham too. I'm not going to act like I expected Cade to average close to 10 assists this year because I didn't. Cade Cunningham, and regardless of the finishing at the rim, Cade Cunningham has put the ball in the hoop. Cade Cunningham scores in a lot of different ways that other point guards don't score. Cade Cunningham uses his body very, very efficiently. Like Cade Cunningham knows how to maneuver, use his body, and score and get angles and stuff like that. So, like, I just because he may not be as good as you think he is or as good as what people projected him to be, Cade Cunningham is phenomenal. And also, I'm saying that to say, I do believe that Cade Cunningham is going to get much better. Not just better. I think he's going to get much better. And that may not go with him finishing at the hoop. That might not be what it is, but he's going to get better in other areas. We're just now seeing what his playmaking looks like in year 4. At what is he, 22, 23?
23.
Okay, at 27, the game is going to slow down a whole lot more for Cade. He's gonna get used to the spots that he gets to. He's gonna get used to his defensive coverages. He's gonna get potentially better teammates. If not, he's gonna grow with the teammates that he has. The game's gonna get a lot easier for Cade.
So why do people not give RJ Barrett this kind of love?
RJ should get more love.
He's 24
for the way
and the Knicks sold on him when he was 23, and they tossed him into a trade. What I'm trying to say is that not every player has the same upside and trajectory. What I'm going to say is very simple. There are certain players in the league that have peaked at 22, 23 because that's what their skill set was. Their skill set was very advanced at a young age. Cade is one of the most skilled high school basketball players I've ever seen in my life. He is one of the most skilled. His handle, his hezzy tween, his turnarounds, his footwork, his counters, it's awesome. It's been awesome since he was 16 years old. The problem has always been the turnovers, the separation, the athleticism, the overhyped measurements, right? And lately in the NBA, the problem has been finishing over length, defense, how easily he gets clamped up by guys like Scotty Barnes. Yo, Scotty legit had him in jail. Go watch the clip. I said it to Euphoria for y'all to really understand what I'm talking about. So look, I'm just saying in the playoffs, what I saw with DeMar DeRozan year over year, and please understand, this is We the North trauma that I'm talking about. This is LeBronto trauma. What I'm talking about is year after year, I have seen players who have this build of they don't finish super well over length. They get kind of predictable. They're a little bit dribble heavy. I've seen them get shut down in the playoffs over and over. When you scheme for him, when you game plan for him, when a good coach does the film study on him and teams really understand his moves, yo, I'm going to tell you this. There is a version of this guy that turns into a bigger Jalen Brunson. but there ain't no version of him that turns into anything close to Luka.
It's the player choice break.